I expected a really nice time, and it was like Gilligan's Island or something. I felt like marooned on a prison ship.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
It started at the tropic port of Long Beach, California, aboard a Carnival cruise ship. 3,300 passengers set sail Sunday for a 7-day Mexican tour. You may know what happens next, but it's not a bad episode of Gilligan's Island. The trip turned into a 3-day nightmare. The big ship was stuck, no lights, no toilets, no luxuries, forced to eat Spam and wait in long lines. But thanks to the fearless crews from the USS Ronald Reagan and the U.S. Coast Guard, the splendor wasn't lost. Food drops were made. The Coast Guard and tugboats took action. The Splendor finally hit port today, not in Mexico, but across the border in San Diego. The local tourism slogan is, "Happy happens in San Diego," and that's happened. Thousands of people happy to finally be on dry land. And the nightmare trip finally over. What was it really like for the passengers hoping to cruise along the Mexican Riviera? Joining me now from San Diego's Paul Verkaman, a reporter from our sister network, CNN. Paul, I guess you've also have one of the passengers with you, but I got to ask you, first of all, from all the people, the thousands of people you see marching off of this boat or ship, what is the general attitude that they have? Are they just thankful? Are they angry? Are they bitter? Are they drunk?
Well, number one, Vinny, they are relieved to see land. As you can imagine, being adrift and stranded out there for this long in very claustrophobic, stinky conditions is tough. So they're glad to be on land. I think we're going to call this in a very unscientific poll about a 50-50 split. 50% saying I'm not going to go on any more cruises, and another 50% saying absolutely, I'm taking Carnival up on their offer, not only to refund my money, but to give me a chance to go on this cruise again in the future and go ahead and see Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta and all the places on the Mexican Riviera that they missed, Vinny.
Unbelievable stuff. How long did it take them? I mean, once the boat pulled up, how long? Because it seems like it's been hours and hours to get these folks off. Like, they can see the land, but they couldn't get off the boat.
It took a while. Don't forget, they had to basically walk these people through the dark without elevators across a gangplank, and they didn't get a hall pass. They all had to go through customs. And I'm going to talk to a passenger right now, Nanette Grisham from Phoenix. Talk to us about that process of getting you off the ship. How long did that take for you personally?
Oh, close to 2 hours. They let us off according to decks, but then at some point, then they released every deck. So it was just mayhem, the entire ship exiting at one point. We had to carry our own luggage unless you wanted them to kind of shift it down. So I just put it on my back and got going.
We appreciate that. For you, what was the lowest point of what was supposed to be your dream vacation?
I would probably be awakened at 5 a.m. on Monday that there was heavy black smoke coming out, evacuate, go up to the top decks, not knowing anything. You were awakened, and then chaos from that point.
Now, you had to go ahead and use the stairs, which I know is tough. Quickly, talk about that.
Oh, every meal, everything that you wanted to do was, our deck was on 6. You had to go as high as 10 or 11, up and down, up and down. It never ended. Handicapped people were on those stairs. It was very sad.
Unbelievable.
Well,
all
I'm
right,
glad that
Paul,
you
stay where you are,
got through
Paul.
all of that. Vinny, you heard that.
Yeah, I heard all of it. We're going to have more with Paul. Unbelievable. The ship has landed.
Just now, they actually told us there was a fire on the boat.
You did not know that there was a fire on the boat until now?
Yes.
So what did they tell you why that the boat suddenly stopped, on your excursion?
They never told us what the issue was. All they told us was there was smoke. There's lots of smoke.
It was an adventure, I'll tell you that. I mean, from everything from the military to cold water showers to Spam to salads every day. But I mean, Carnival did great. They did a great job.
A lot of things went wrong, but it was really fun. We went to the kids camp. I met a couple of friends, and it's just really fun.
It was fun, says the little guy. Welcome back to Prime News. 3,300 passengers back on dry land after a nightmare cruise. And did you check out that T-shirt? Some people were wearing a "I survived the 2010 Carnival Cruise Spamcation." That's right. T-shirts have been made for the passengers aboard the Splendor. Here's a statement from Carnival Cruise. Here's what they're saying tonight. We wish to thank our guests for their patience and offer our sincerest apologies. That's from Jerry Cahill, President and CEO of Carnival. All right, and of course, they all got the free cruise and they got a refund. Back with me is Paul Verkaman, a reporter from CNN. He's joined by another passenger, Lenora Chavez. And Paul, I just want to know from her, what was the best part of being on this 3-day cruise?
I'll put that question to her right now. Lenore, they want to know back at HLN, what was the best part of being on this 3-day cruise?
Oh, the best part, I think, was talking to the people. I think bonding with the people and hearing all their special stories and what brought them on the cruise. And being able just to share stories with each other, singing. We were all singing, making our own music.
I heard Sweet Caroline was a favorite.
Yes, it probably was. We didn't get to join in on that one, but I'm sure that it was.
On the flip side, describe for the people at home what your meals were like after things went south, so to speak.
Oh gosh, okay, a lot of lettuce, lots of salads, sandwiches that had a scarcity of meat in them. I don't even know what it was, slices of, I'm not sure. So
that might have been the spam,
fruit,
Paul. Maybe that was the
cereal.
spam.
And today, actually yesterday, when we went down for dinner, my companion and I looked at the food and said, I can't do this. I just can't do this anymore.
Well,
I can't eat this again. We just had this for lunch. I can't do this again. So.
Spam, 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 spam,
Let me ask
spam,
you this.
spam, spam.
One more, they're doing the Monty Python spam song. I've got to ask you this as well. Although we're having a moment of levity here, you were somewhat scared and concerned when you realized you were just adrift.
Yes, I was. That was scary. My boyfriend and I looked out the window and said, oh my gosh, look at this big, deep, mysterious ocean, and we're out here all alone, and it was so quiet. And when I got off of the ship and I looked at it, it made me emotional because I can't believe how big it is and how we were just floating out there alone. And then when the Ronald Reagan ship showed up, and my boyfriend said again, that's to keep us safe. And you just felt this sudden, urgent relief, and we were cheering.
Paul, we're out of time, but we're so glad that Lenore and all those passengers are safe. Thanks so much. More Prime News straight ahead.